Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia, the final season, episode 8 reactions. So the previous episode, a lot of interesting information got revealed, which was something that I was not expecting. First and foremost, All for One is back again. Shigaraki was able to be Shigaraki's past, or the part of him that had a lot of complications going on inside of him. Deku was able to kind of heal that. In return, All for One just came out. And it was revealed apparently everything was orchestrated by All for One. From Shigaraki's birth to every single moment of his life was something that he used, so that he can ultimately brainwash Shigaraki and use him as his puppet. And his final goal was obviously taking over his body and becoming the demon lord or whatever, as you know. So yeah, that was a crazy revelation. Either way, yeah, All for One is back now, and now finally, with the help of Kurogiri, everyone was able to come here, and will probably be fighting against All for One. Every single person, all the heroes that are available, all of us will start going against him. Deku's hand is also back. Deku's hand got almost like taken out. With the help of Eri's power, Deku's hand is back. So yeah, anyways, let's see what happens. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is a preference. Let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, here we go. Denki is just. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Everyone's here. We are here. All right, here we go. Yeah. Oh God. Oh. Right. Damn. Yeah. What the hell? Wait. Who? Oh. Whoa. Oh, damn. Endeavor and Todoroki. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Oh! Right. Damn, all someone just became Dr. Octavius. Oh, Lord. Oh, damn. Yes. Oh, boy. Y- Yo. Yeah, this this some video game last boss type situation. Literally. Okay. Damn. Well, his quirks are all gone. Like almost all gone. Yeah, he still has his strength. They explained it. Even though the quirks are gone, he'll still have his strength. Yeah. Right. Mm. Yeah, by the end of it, he'll probably lose all his quirk and his super, like, strength. But for now, he can continue it a little bit. What? Uh. Oh. Oh yeah, that guy gave him. Hmm. Oh. Oh damn. Yo. What happened? Oh. Oh, he's coming back. Yo. Oh. Oh damn. Oh my god. He direct. Wait, what? Oh. Oh yeah, because light. Shirf. Whoa. Damn. Alright, this is crazy. Yeah, like just conserve your strength up until the very end. Oh damn. Oh yeah, the that girl that he helped. Oh, oh damn. Oh, okay. I guess you can do that. Right. The sticky balls. Oh god. Bruh. He's like, I don't like that. Yeah. Oh, gentle. That's gentle's power, right? Oh damn. That's a very interesting point. Because okay, I'll talk about it later. Because All Might was this omnipotent, like this. Oh, wait, that's Shigaraki from the inside. Oh no, that's Star and Stripes' yeah. Oh okay, right. Mm. Mm. Bruh, it's like yeah, we have to do it at this point. Wow, that's so late at the party. The American heroes are just gonna come now and everything will be done by that time. Oh, oh. This is probably going to be his final punch. I don't think I think he'll lose his power after this. Because it's all gone by this point. This is just the remaining ember. Izuku Midoriya rising. Yeah. Oh damn, there's still half of the episode left. That thing, okay, so Shigaraki is affecting him, I think. Ah. Oh. You're now realizing it? Bruh, a bit too late. Right. Ah, that's why. That is such a true. Deku had to train. Shigaraki's body is not capable of handling all the quirks. That's true. Bruh, imagine getting destroyed because you underestimated that you. Okay. Oh, oh my god, this freaking. Just. Just die! Okay, how in the hell? This freaking. Bro, shut up. You need to go now. Just shut up. You ain't doing anything. Right. What's he doing? Whoa, what happened? Oh, Shigaraki, because he was always protecting Shigaraki. Oh, oh, yeah. Yeah, but I don't care. He needs to go. You know, it's all well and good. It's nice that Deku likes to see the good in people, but yeah, not this guy at least. At least not for me. He needs to go. Yeah. Mm. Damn. Oh, they're like, all right, you're getting a beating of your lifetime. Right. Damn. Oh, it is back, Shigaraki. Hmm. 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 Damn. I think this is the first time I've seen him smiling. Oh, there you go. Okay. And there you go. That was it. That was today's episode. So, this was the end of the battle, and this is still episode 8. So, I'm wondering what we're going to get after this. Like, you know, I'm guessing like a little epilogue or something. I'm not sure what happens after this, but I don't even know how many episodes this season is supposed to be. I think I heard somewhere it's going to be like 11 episodes or something. So there's still like three more episodes left. So, usually like I've seen like, other animes, and usually the epilogue is like for one episode after that. But three episodes, I do wonder what we're going to get after this. Either way, this was like the end. I don't think anyone's coming back from that. Like neither All for One, like nor Shigaraki. Like this is actually the end. Like, so yeah, a lot of interesting things happened today. First and foremost, a thing that I really like, what can I say? Like I was thinking about it when they mentioned it in today's episode is when All for One was saying that, oh, I just realized what is the difference between you and All Might is the fact that you are weak. And that is actually a very interesting point because I think he's right. Like all Might was this person, like he was supposed to be someone with no weakness. He was supposed to be someone who is this symbol of peace. That was what All Might wanted to be, and he was able to become that. And because of that, because he had no weakness, he was able to stop this era of like crime. And because we've seen like multiple sections in the past, like flashbacks, where we have seen like how like everything was so like crazy after like the whole quirk thing like started becoming more prevalent. Like most people like just did bad things with it, like like crime, robbery, and like like bullying people, and just all those things. So it became so out of control that it was just something that was like, what can I say, it was just like the norm, like people just doing crime and getting hurt. So All Might was like someone who said that to become, like to stop that, I have to become someone who has no weakness and who is a symbol of peace. And that was the main thing of All Might. Like whenever people would used to bring All Might's name, like everyone would be like, oh damn, like All Might is here, we cannot do anything. That one name would like strike fear into like criminals and everyone's heart. It was because he had no weakness, or at least people weren't able to realize what his weakness was, or was able, because everyone has a weakness. But he was this person who was at the top, and who was someone who like other people thought that, oh, he's here so everything is okay, and criminals would think that he's here, we cannot do anything. That was basically what came up whenever people would use to bring up All Might. So he became a symbol of peace, and that was necessary at that point, to be someone who is this omnipotent, like like person, this one person who strike fears into all the criminals heart, and who would become this hope for everyone in the place, in the place. And that is, that bring a share fair of its own problems. If you remember, after All Might like retired, we saw what happened. Like things went completely crazy, went down a very bad way. Like all the heroes got started getting, like like people started kind of expecting too much out of them. Like a lot of heroes ended up quitting. We saw that whole arc happening. We saw it. So yeah, but like before that, obviously All Might was this person who had no weakness. At least nobody, like people said All Might's name, and nobody like ever thought that this guy could be taken out. you know so people used to just look up to him. That's it. you know and they would be like, oh, this is happening, it's fine, All Might is here, everything will be okay. That is, like I said, that was important at that point of time, because we needed someone to be that person, to like give hope to people, ordinary people, and strike fear into the enemy's hearts. We needed someone like that at that point. But that also made him alone. Like All Might was alone at the top. Like, yeah, there were other heroes, but All Might, nobody could say that, yeah, All Might, we can do something to help him, because that was like unthinkable. Like, oh damn, All Might, like we cannot do anything to help him. Like, he's so damn strong, he'll take care of it. It was kind of like that. So he was alone in that one place. So he had no weakness in that way. That is why here, like, All for One says that up until now he has like devised a lot of plans to take out All Might, and but everything that he did was based on the fact that he was this one singular hero at the top, and he was alone. He realized at the very end that the reason why a lot of the things are not working, a lot of the same plans are not working against Deku, is because he's way different than All Might. All Might is alone. He's like a person whom people never thought that would have any type of weakness. While Deku is someone who people knows that Deku is like not this omnipotent being or something. He's just a strong hero, and his weakness is his ultimate strength, where a lot of people rally behind him, which was something that never happened for All Might, because All Might was this singular symbol of peace, while Deku never was a symbol of peace, or never is not going to ever be a symbol of peace. He's this strong hero who's like the hope for everyone, and who everyone rally behind to fight. That is why his plans against All Might never would have worked against Deku, because his plan was based on the fact that All Might is alone. While for Deku that won't work. That's why in the end he was saying like, what's going on? Like, why is this not working? All these like people here who are standing to fight against me, they're all weak. They're nothing that much to talk about. But still, like all those little contributions from each and every hero, which I think is not efficient all on its own, when they all band together, is becoming a problem for me. He realized that at the end, and he then realized that, yeah, it is Deku's weakness, which is one of the biggest factors which is making his plan not go accordingly, because all his plans up until now worked because it was All Might, and All Might was alone. So it's not working against Deku because it's complete. Yeah, if you gave All For One at least like a few more years to plan and strategize and make a separate plan for Deku, it might have worked then. He probably would have changed his plan. He wouldn't have used the same plan that he used against All Might. But now, at the moment, he cannot do anything. He's like, I'm screwed. This plan won't work against him because he's a fundamentally completely different type of person from All Might. His whole way of fighting and his whole like what makes him is something that is extremely different from All Might. So yeah, like I cannot do anything. I don't have any plan now. It's specifically made for him to counter him. So yeah, that's a very interesting thing, because up until now I never thought about it like that, which is true. Like All Might have been this symbol of peace and then great hero and all that, but he was alone at the top. While for Deku, like yeah, like people rallied behind him. Not for people, like everyone rallied behind him, as you can see, and that was what was able to make this work. Because if you think about it, just All Might, like just think about a separate scenario here. Just think that All Might hasn't been like has not retired. He still has his power and all that, and just put All Might in place of Deku here. All Might would not be able to win. I guarantee you this. In no way would have All Might won against this. Like All For One would have won the battle if instead of Deku, All Might was here. We were able to win here. It is because we were able to go against his expectations, All For One's expectations. All For One's expectations was that, oh yeah, these riffraffs, they won't be able to do anything to me. But then he realized at the end that no, that was wrong. I shouldn't have thought about it like that. It was because so many different heroes from every single place came here, joined together, and just fought against him and made Deku finally go and reach him unscathed. Because that's what we were doing. We were stopping his attacks so that Deku doesn't get injured and he can unleash his final attack. If All Might was here, none of this would have happened. No heroes would have come here. It would be just 1v1 and it wouldn't have worked. So it is right. If Deku wasn't here, they wouldn't have won this, because nobody would have rallied behind everyone. People would have been like, oh, All Might will take care of this. It's completely fine. Like he'll win and all that. But it would have been a failure in my opinion. But yeah, it worked because of this, because we were able to go against All For One's expectations. And yeah, because the thing is, if like I said, that if All For One, if a little bit of time was given to All For One to strategize, he probably would have been somehow able to think of a counter plan to counter against Deku and his and the legion of heroes that were rallying behind him. He would have been able to. It was that we were able to catch him off guard and didn't give him enough time to strategize and think of a counter plan that we were able to win. That's what I think, at least. Because All For One is whatever you say, he's a vile piece of human being. Absolutely hate him and all that. But one thing you have to admit, he's smart, and he would have been able to make a counter plan if given enough time. So yeah, right. So yeah, there you go. That's what happened. That's how we were able to get All for One. Now, a few other things in today's episode. For example, in the end, you can see Yoichi. A little bit of Yoichi was able to like come back, and All for One was like, "Oh, don't go," like this and that, and like Deku was saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, you might be this evil like super villain, but at the same time, you are also someone like yeah, all those things, trying to kind of humanize him, I guess, at the end, which is all well and good. I also understand what Deku is trying to say because it is true. At the end of the day, a lot of these things happen because of what can I say? Like he, I don't know, he was just like a flawed individual from the very beginning, and his twisted love for his own brother, like, and after like his brother was taken away from him, is just like it just completely just made him like this super villain. He probably would have ended up like being like this even if Yoichi was there with him, I feel like. But yeah, like yeah, I can understand what Deku is saying, but like I just do not like like care that much because the thing is, like at the end of the day, whatever you tell, All for One was someone who is a psychopath. That he's a psychopath from the very beginning. Like even if he might have had something human in him, that thing within him, that humane part within him, which is like a twisted way of like like kind of like like what can I say, this twisted love that he had for his own sibling, and like he cared for him, but at the same time he had this weird type of like like over possessiveness and all that. So, and you cannot even say that he cared about him. He just, like I said, it's just a weird like like a situation that he just twisted way of kind of showing his affection he had. So even if all of those things were there within him, he still was someone who's a complete psychopath from the very beginning. So yeah, like everything that he did from his birth, everything that he had did, he had to go, at the end. And they did try, like I said, they did try to kind of explain a little bit about the human part of him, but yeah, it's like I understand, but at the same time, no. This part, you see, like when they were showing like both the siblings like sitting down and reading, and then we see All for One just standing there. Here we go. um so he's like, Yoichi, like Yoichi's, yeah, yeah, he says, I will fade away, and then All for One's like, no, you cannot go, this and that. Yeah, even Yoichi's like, it is time to pay the price, like whatever you say, the things that you have done, in no way is that forgivable. Like Deku also says that, All for One, I'll never forgive you, but I also don't think you're an incomprehensible monster. I know, because our factors were aligned. Um, right. Yeah, you're no demon lord. You're nothing but a lonely man. Okay. But yeah, like I said, it's like as Deku said that I cannot forgive you. What you did was obviously, but at the same time, I also understand you. I guess that was the main thing here at the end of the day. That, understanding someone doesn't mean forgiving him or saying that, oh, yeah, you know what, everything is okay. Like, what you did, unfortunate. But yeah, like, it's not like saying that, oh, you are redeemed. Understanding someone is just understanding someone. You can understand someone, and at the same time, you can also hate that person, not forgive that person, that kind of thing. It's something similar to that. He said that I understand you, but what you did was wrong and unforgivable. But I understand you. You know, there you go. That was what it was. So yeah, when Shigaraki came back at the end, and a little bit, like at the end he came back, and yeah, but at the end of the day he also disappeared, and he smiled. At the end he smiled. I don't think I've ever seen him smile. You know, first time I think, like properly. Like he has smiled a lot. He has smiled and mocked other people and all that. But not that not that type of smile, but like a genuine smile from the bottom of his heart. Um, right. Okay, and then there you go. That's basically what happened. A few other things also happened here. Like the first half of today's episode was basically everyone coming in and supporting him. Like All For One was trying to attack Midoriya. As you can see, he was targeting Midoriya at the end, but then everyone was like kind of, you know, defending him from the attack so that Midoriya can use his little amount of power that is left against him. Like as Deku said that I don't have any quirk, I just threw it at him. But this is like the little amount, the little ember of flame that is still within me, which will probably get like extinguished as soon as I unleash my final bit of power. And that's probably what happened. Deku's probably quirkless now, like literally. And yeah, but I guess it's fine because this is how it started. It started with Deku having no quirk, and if it ends with Deku also having no quirk, yeah, I guess. But at the same time, I guess it is kind of unfortunate because he wanted. But I guess like at the end of the day, like that is what the story is trying to convey, that you don't need a quirk to be a hero, like like that kind of thing. And as All Might said, All Might, who was the hero, the number one hero of the world, he himself said in today's episode that from that day when you rushed past me when I was like thinking what to do when Bakugo was in trouble, and All Might's quirk kind of wore off and he was back into his skinny self, he was hesitating. Even though he was the number one hero, he was thinking like, what should I do? Should I call other heroes? That first episode, like how should I like try to take care of this situation, because I cannot become All Might again, because of his like sickness. So he was thinking of all of that, and when he was thinking, Deku rushed past him, a quirkless boy who had no way to save Bakugo at that point, rushed past him to help Bakugo at that moment. At that moment, the number one hero of the world, All Might, he learned something from that quirkless boy. And from that point onwards, as he said, that you became my hero. So if you think about it, because Deku was quirkless at that point, even though that was the case, All Might considered him his hero. So as even though he was a quirkless boy, so that is like the main like message of this show, obviously, that like you don't need a hero to be you don't need a quirk to be a hero. Like yeah, and I can see like them ending it in this way where Deku started from being a quirkless boy and it's going to end as him being quirkless as well, but he's still a hero, like that kind of thing. I can see it ending like that. But either way, we still have 3 more episodes left after this, I think. I don't know how many episodes left after this. Whatever it is, we still have a few more episodes left. So let's see if we have some kind of development or something. I don't know. But I feel like they will end it in this way because it makes sense. Like I said, it makes sense for the series to end with Deku being quirkless. Like it would kind of like come back whole, like a full circle. And yeah, but either way, let's wait and see. But yeah, that was another a really great like scene in today's episode as well, where All Might said that you were actually on that day you became my hero. Here we go. Ever since that day, um, you've been you've been my hero. Something like that. He says. Right. There you go. So yeah. yeah, that was like the first part, as we see. Like everyone came at the end to help Deku. Like everyone who could come, because obviously a lot of them were like hospitalized and injured. Like Ochaka was hospitalized, or was in way of like being transported to the hospital. Bakugo was also supposed to be hospitalized, but he just came here from the hospital, I guess. He probably was watching the footage and he was like, "Oh, I need to go," and he just probably broke the window of the hospital and just blasted off. Because I think they said something like that he just blasted off and just came here. Right. Yeah. There you go. And that's what happened. That was the first section. And then the second section, I already talked about it. Oh, also Kurogiri. At the end, finally, you can see with the help of Kurogiri a little bit, Shigaraki was able to manifest, I guess, at the end, very end. At the very end, Kurogiri wanted to protect Shigaraki. Um, and, but yeah, that's that. So that is it. All for One is gone. Shigaraki is gone. Yeah. And there you go. So that is it. Let's see what happens in the next episode. But that was a good way, that this concluded. Um, it's kind of funny because at the very middle of today's episode, it seemed like All for One is gone, but then he again just came back, and I'm like, bro, just let it go, man. Like, how many times is this going to continue? Like, it's just like we're defeating you, you're coming back. We're defeating you, you're coming back. Like, good lord, plot armor to its max. Like, I think I said this before in this while reacting to the show as well. But this show gives villains plot armor, which is absolutely insane. Like, good lord, like chill. Like these is crazy. But yeah, there you go. Finally, it's gone. We were able to break the plot armor of All for One, the strongest plot armor in history. This guy has been making our lives so much of a problem from the very beginning of this series. So right. Either way, and the at the end, like I said, like they didn't really try to humanize All for One, which I appreciate because I really wouldn't have been able to tolerate that because I'm like, bruh, like not everyone needs to be like like not every single villain needs to have like a sad backstory or whatever. He had a backstory, obviously All for One, but his backstory was him being an absolute ass from the very beginning, being a complete psychopath. But in the end, Deku did say that I understand you, but I don't empathize with you. I guess something along that like way of thinking. Like I understand you, but at the same time, all the things that you've done is obviously wrong. So you need to go. But I understand you. I still hate you though. Like that kind of thing, and I'm glad about that because if they tried to humanize All for One or something, giving him like a sad backstory or something like that, I would have been pissed. Like seriously, I would have been pissed. Thank God none of that nonsense happened. You know, he was a complete ass from the very beginning, and yeah, like that kind of thing. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. This was my reaction to My Hero Academia, the final season, episode number 8. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.